Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your boy Save Our Children TV. I am back for a brand new video. Before I get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Usually, I go live on Fridays, but I did not go live this Friday, so I'm going to drop y'all a video today. And I originally was planning to do 4 videos, but looks like I'm going to end up be doing 6 videos. The first video I'm going to talk about is a mother who was demanding answers after a 10-year-old son was beaten at Buffalo Charter School. So let's talk about this story. Give me a second, it's loading. A mother is demanding answers after her 10-year-old son was beaten at Buffalo Collegiate Charter School. Zachary Walker was taken to the hospital for injuries, and his mother, Lisa, claims she still has gotten details about what happened. Walker and community groups are calling on the school to release the incident report from June 13th. I still haven't heard anything. I haven't seen any incident report. I don't know what happened, and I think Buffalo Collegiate Charter School should let me know something because my son was assaulted at school, she said. Photos provided by the family show Zachary wearing a neck brace and covered in bruises and lumps. Walker also said he suffered a concussion. Head of school Brian Pulowski said the school followed all protocols, but the law prevents him from disclosing more details. New York State law requires that we do not produce information on other students' disciplinary information to other parents. Pulowski said we can't disclose the health and safety and welfare of our students to the families or to the public in general. He said the incident was reported to the state school safety and education climate system on July 25th. This is a self-reporting system where schools are required to submit yearly incident reports. A manual read per phone. Reader parents said he's unsure if the self-reported model allows for an accurate representation of what's going on in schools. If the school doesn't feel like it raises to the level that is violent or destructive, they don't have to report it, Bradford said. Since it was founded in 2018, Buffalo. Hold on. He said since the incident was reported to the state school safety and education climate system on July 25th, this is a self-reported system where schools are required to submit yearly incident reports. A main reference from the parents said, okay, since it was founded in 2018, Buffalo Collegiate was reported 3 incidents to the state. All 3 were from 2018 to 2019 school year, and the school went remote during the pandemic. Bradford is calling for investigation from the charter school. Bradford is calling for investigation from the Charter School Institute. In a situation where any kind of physical harm occurs, any kind of product of bullying, those will be incidents that will be reported, Pulowski said. The school implement a restorative practices coordinator, social worker, and mental health coordinator after the pandemic. Families and students deserve to come to school that are safe environments. I think that should be the exception, and I will say that we work really hard to be able to partner with our families so that we have these conversations. We will advance to make sure we are all on the same page. He said. Walker said he just wants answers as for Hamilton's son, not only for her family but also for our families in the school. These are young kids who are going to grow up to be adults one day, and if it doesn't stop now, we don't know what we're going to see in the future, she said. So here's the news video, and then I want to give my commentary.
Millions of dollars in funding are expected to go toward South.
Okay, I'm giving my commentary on this video. Okay. Not one, not two, but three times the school been having disciplinary problems. The first time that the school had complaints, that would have been the last straw. It takes one time for the school to mess up for me to take my child out of that school and put my child at a different school. Because obviously, something is not right. For them not to give this parent an explanation to why her child was beaten at school, which means that they are hiding something. And we talk about bullying a lot on here, and I think bullying is not being taught enough at these schools, and that's where the failure is coming from. It's the parents and the teacher's job to teach the children and teach their children about bullying. It shouldn't take for this parent to come to the school to get her child to witness scars and bruises on her child. And then when she tells an adult, when a parent tells the teacher and the principal, nothing gets done. I would be suing the school, the district, the city, and the state because something is absolutely wrong. This can't be happening. We are the great city of Buffalo. So, you know, this can't be happening in our schools. Something has to be done. The school should be giving more information to the parent because at the end of the day, her child was bullied and beaten at school. So she should have a right to know what happened at the school with her child. And you gotta be careful of what school you put your children in because there's a lot of schools that will cover up so much and won't tell you nothing when anything's happening at the school. And Buffalo Collegiate Charter School takes an L. They failed miserably. And I recommend any parent who have a child at Buffalo Collegiate Charter School to withdraw your child from there and place them somewhere else. That school needs to be investigated because something is not right. Thank you guys for watching this particular story, and we will be on story number 2. I'm going to show you the picture of the 10-year-old. Hold on, go back to it. go to the second story. 14-year-old is arrested for vehicle theft. Excuse me, this happened in Buffalo, New York. So a 14-year-old boy from Buffalo has been arrested and charged with stealing a vehicle in the Naylor County town of Wheatfield overnight.
Hyundai Tucson versus Toyota RAV4. Look what Tucson has and what RAV4 doesn't. Hyundai Tucson wins every time.
A 14-year-old boy from Buffalo has been arrested and charged with stealing a vehicle in Niagara County in the town of Wheatfield overnight. State police say home security cameras captured footage of suspects going through unlocked cars and garages. When troopers patrolling the area saw what turned out to be two stolen vehicles, failed to stop at an intersection, a chase ensued. Both those vehicles crashed, leading to a foot chase where the 14-year-old was caught. He was issued an appearance ticket and turned over to a legal guardian.
So, we got 14-year-olds and his buddies out here committing crimes. Stealing vehicles. Going through people's cars. And let me tell you, this is how you get shot, pepper sprayed, killed, all of that, because you're gonna go inside the wrong person's vehicle, and something bad's gonna happen, and that's going to be a hard lesson when you're dead or you're in prison doing serious time for car theft. It's just, I don't know if who this 14-year-old child was raised by, but whoever, whether it seems something to a legal guardian, that means that there's no adult supervision. There's no reason a 14-year-old should even be, left alone in public by themselves, because they're not mature. The brain's not developed. They're not mature, and it would have to tell you that you gotta be aware that your children and who your children hang around, because there's obviously bad influence going on here, and it ain't looking good. But this 14-year-old and his friends need major help, because it's not gonna look good when they're in prison at 14, 15 years old doing state time for grand theft and slew of other charges. So, we gotta, really think twice before allowing our children to hang around individuals who are bad influence. So, hopefully this 14-year-old gets the help that he needs. Um, and you know, Parents, this is a perfect time to talk to your children. Talk to your children. Because there's been a lot of vehicle thefts going on throughout the city and state, and it's not good to see children on the news because in a burglarized drive, they steal something from somebody. So sit down, talk with them. It's important. Thank you so much for watching this particular story. We are on to story number 3. Detroit police officer killed after being ambushed while responding to a gunfire call. And this happened on July the 8th of 2012. So this happened on Friday. Detroit, okay, before I read the article, this is the slain officer right here. Now, I don't have any bandanas against police officers. Um, and here's the article right here. Detroit police officers were shot and killed on Wednesday after allegedly being ambushed by a 19-year-old gunman while responding to a 911 call of gunshots being fired, authorities said. Detroit Police Chief James E. White said that 4 responding officers engaged and killed the gunman, Hermione Mac Davis, as he was allegedly approaching the injured police officer and his partner in what investigators believed was an attempt to carry out further attacks. Police have not determined the shooter's motivation. Officer Lauren Quartz-Freddy and his partner had just arrived at the 911 call and was still in the patrol cars as Davis opened fire from an upstairs window, striking Quartz. White said, "Outrage, we should be outraged that this is unacceptable," White said. Quartz, a 5-year veteran and the son of a retired Detroit police officer, leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Quartz's father loved his city so much that he encouraged his son to join the Detroit Police Department to continue his legacy, White said. The incident took place Wednesday night. The 911 call was made around 7:30 p.m. Quartz, who was in the driver's seat of the patrol car, was shot about 10 minutes later. After being shot, Quartz put the car in reverse, and he and his partner, Officer Amanda Hudgens, jumped out of the car to take cover, but he was already hit in a major artery and was dying. White said Quartz collapsed and Hughes started applying pressure to his wounds. In Maryland, less than 2 minutes after shooting Courts, Davis came downstairs and was pointing a 7.62 semi-automatic Draco pistol with a banana clip at the two officers. Detroit Police Director of Professional Standards Chief Grevlin said that weapon is a similar caliber to an AK-47 and is designed to fire in quick succession. Multiple rounds, Grevlin added. The police chief said that Hudgens saw the shooter and quickly had to decide if she will continue to apply pressure to Court's ruined or challenge the gunman. She made her choice that many people in the same circumstances would say that but it's first time I've seen anyone make it's the first time I've ever seen anyone make it. She braced herself to be shot in the back of the head or in the neck while she administered first aid, Wright said. He's Davis advancing on her with an assault rifle. She administered the first aid. She glanced back, braced herself, and continued to apply direct pressure, he added. At the time, officers shot and killed Davis, ending the threat, Wright said. Wright said responding officers followed their training, acted appropriately, and stopped the threat. Wright said Davis had purchased the gun within the past 2 weeks. Police said a warrant was submitted to the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office on June 21st for Davis on a charge of an assault with intent to murder. Court's wife, Kristen, posted on Facebook, "This man was so much more than a police officer. He was an amazing dad, my best friend, and the man I married. All the news articles talked about as a DPD officer. He was so much more to me. And the kids are Batman. I'm broken. I can't begin to imagine how we are going to live without him. My babies need him. I need him. I keep thinking I'm going to wake up from this nightmare and he's going to come home. Me and my babies will never be the same. I already miss his hugs, his voice, his jokes, and his smile with those eyes. Rest in peace, Daddy will never stop loving," she added. A GoFundMe has been set up for the family. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer said U.S. and Michigan flags throughout the state will be lowered on the day of Curtis' interment and another date the family chooses. Michigan is heartbroken by the loss of Officer Lauren Courts. Officer Courts was a dedicated public servant and proud Detroiter. Yesterday, he made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. She said in a statement, Detroit Police Department has lost 9 officers in the line of duty since 2015, according to the Michigan Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Monument Fund. White said he needs the lawmakers and the courts to step up because it's getting a bit old hearing about what everyone's going to do. It's time to do it. We are willing, but we are resolute in our mission to protect and serve this community. The reality of it is that beyond Detroit's issue, this is the country's issue in relationship with law enforcement. It is this, anti-law enforcement. Conversation. So, 4 things I found 4 things that point out the story. 4 things that I found out. First, the shooter was 19. Second, the shooter had a criminal history since he was 11 years old. Number 3, the shooter should never been in possession of any weapons. And number 4, the shooter parents failed him because at the age of 11, they could have got him some serious help. They could have put him in an institution, anything. Um, you know, it it's crazy. But if he was, if the shooter was still alive today, he'll be facing a first degree murder charge and other charges. This is why it's important to get these dangerous guns off the streets, get these Dracos, these handguns, these big assault rifles off the streets. It's killing us. It's killing people. It's not benefiting nothing. And it's sad that this officer lost his life in the line of duty. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta think twice. You know what I'm saying? Um, and what I mean, sometimes you gotta think twice. I'm talking about the suspect. Sometimes you gotta think twice. The suspect should have thought twice before shooting, because you'd have changed so many people's lives forever. The victim's family, the community, the police department. You know what I'm saying? I think that the suspect knew and planned this out. I think that this was orchestrated. It was an orchestrated ambush. And before I end this particular story, um, let's see if I can find the officer's name again. To the gunman, Imani Mac Davis. I hope that you're burning for what you did in hell, and it's where you belong for what you did. And to the officer, if I can find his name, Lauren Courts, Officer Lauren Courts, who was 40 years old. Number one, my condolences go out to the Courts family, the police department of Detroit, the Detroit community. Um, no one deserved to lose their life in a manner like that. The suspect is obviously a coward, and to Officer Lauren Courts, to Officer Lauren Courts, may you rest in peace, and you do not deserve to be shot and killed. And I think that nobody deserved to be shot, killed like that. And this is my opinion. I would definitely think that the suspect parents, in my opinion, needs to be investigated because how do a 19-year-old just get a hold of a gun with no license, no nothing, no permit, no gun license? So obviously, whoever provided him with that gun needs to be charged. I don't know if it's the parents, I don't know if it's from the streets, but that's what we investigated. Where did the gun come from? And but this particular story, thank you guys so much for watching. We're not on our account. We did the 10-year-old who did that school story. We did 14-year-old, the police officer. So it's three. Okay, we got three more stories to do. And that story is a story that parents and all parents needs to listen to what I'm going to say about this particular story. And what I think is important for parents to um, sit down with the children and talk to the children. July 7th, 2022, 9:10 p.m. So it says the TikTok Blackout Challenge has now allegedly killed 7 kids. TikTok is facing multiple lawsuits from parents who said their children died of strangulation attempting the Blackout Challenge after the app showed them videos of other people trying it. One suit filed against the company in June alleges that at least 7 specific children died last year while attempting the challenge, which the complaint says encourages users to choke themselves with belts, push strings, or anything similar until passing out. All the children who reportedly died, all the children who reportedly died were under 15 years old. We're not going to get into distressing details. We're not going to get into the distressing details of the cases, but you can read the full complaint below for more background on some of the children and how they end up doing the challenge. Most recent lawsuits were filed by the parents of 8-year-old Leilani Walton and 9-year-old Alani Guerrero. However, it cites several other children that also died after attempting the challenge as evidence that TikTok was aware of the problem. In addition to Walton and Guerrero, the case is listed are a 10-year-old in Italy. Okay, let's read that again. A 10-year-old in Italy who reportedly died in January of 2021. A 12-year-old in Colorado who reportedly died in March of 2021. A 14-year-old in Australia who reportedly died in June of 2021. A 12-year-old in Oklahoma who reportedly died in July of 2021. And a 10-year-old in Pennsylvania who reportedly died in December of 2021. The mother of the Pennsylvania 10-year-old, Nyla Anderson, is also suing the company, alleging that the app pushed exceedingly and unacceptably dangerous challenges. In response to that suit, TikTok told the Washington Post that it had blocked users from searching for the Blackout Challenge. Instead, users seen Robert's warning screen saying that some online challenges can be dangerous, disturbing, or even fabricating and get linked to a page in the app about assessing challenges and warnings. However, Smith and Arroyo's newer suit alleges that children weren't searching for challenges, they saw the videos instead. It says TikTok put it right in front of them on the app main screen. The For You page, the suit accuses the company of having specifically created and determined that these blackout challenges videos featuring users who purposely strangulate themselves until losing consciousness and are appropriate and fitting for small children. Hold on. Alright. Challenges are a core part of the TikTok experience to the point where computers have started trying to integrate them into the platforms and attempt at appealing to TikTok users. Some challenges appeal to TikTok, while others are less binging. One infamous challenge that spread among the platform's users encouraged students to steal or destroy school property. I remember that challenge. The platform is so well known for its challenges that the company is sometimes linked to ones that spread on other sites or apps, even ones that are seemingly made up. Okay. In 2019, it agreed to pay $5.7 million to Federal Trade Commission that has allowed users under 13 to sign up without parent permission. About a year later, it introduced parent mode, which lets parents link their accounts to their children and control the amount of content they see and how much time they can spend on the app. Number one. Let's start with this. Let's read this paragraph I just got enough from reading. It agreed to pay $5.7 million to settle charges from the Federal Trade. I don't have a problem with that. I think they need to pay $1 million. I think TikTok needs to pay $1 million to whoever they need to pay $1 million to. It allowed users, this is what I have a problem with. It allowed users under 13 to sign up without a parent. There should be no reason why this should be no reason why TikTok should allow children under 13 to sign up without a parent. I don't think TikTok should be for children at all. I just don't. Number one, TikTok is an app that is, first of all, in my opinion, is a dangerous app for children. It teaches children bad behavior. I don't go in anybody's sin. I had a TikTok, and I watched it. Let me tell you what happened. I had a TikTok, and I deleted my TikTok because I feel like it just wasn't for me. Secondly, I was watching a YouTuber, and he basically watched TikTok videos of basically different people dancing, singing, and doing all of that. Now, in the videos, you'll see in these videos that he was reacting to, it wasn't the dancing that caught me. What caught me was a bunch of young children on TikTok, and I mean a bunch, dancing to inappropriate music without adult supervision. You had children on there dancing to music, about gangs, and just it's TikTok is a place where I feel like TikTok needs to be shut down. I think that it's a bad influence on children, and I think that TikTok needs to have age appropriate content. There should be no reason there should be dangerous challenges on TikTok, and children are watching it and doing them challenges, and just like those challenge where people is going to schools stealing things out of schools bathrooms. You know, TikTok is just not for children, in my opinion, and it's just not. I think TikTok it's a horrible platform for children. It demonstrates bad behavior. Um, I think that, in my opinion, in my opinion, I feel like TikTok is playing stupid. They're playing stupid games because now they're saying that they're not the one promoting these videos. But how they end up on your app, on your like I don't understand. I mean, what's gonna happen is there's gonna be more than just lawsuits coming to TikTok way. They're gonna start shutting down TikTok. Um, Rightfully so. I think TikTok is a horrible platform. Um, I think that it's promoting way too much. There should be no reason why children should be doing any type of dangerous challenges such as the blackout challenge, checking pails. It's no need to be having these dangerous challenges floating on your platform and then playing victim when being confronted. This is my advice to parents, and this goes for parents who either know their children have TikToks and don't care about what their children do on these platforms, or supervise your children on TikTok. Delete, delete, because what's going to happen is there's going to be more and more horrible challenges to come, and it's not going to be good. If you have TikTok, I encourage you to delete it. Delete TikTok. It's a dangerous app. We're done with this particular story. Tell me what you think about these stories in the comment. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your bells on, hit notification. We got two more stories left. Japan's Japan's ex-leader Shinzo Abe assassinated during a speech. Former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated Friday on a street in western Japan by a gunman who opened fire on him from behind as he delivered a campaign speech. An attack that stunned a nation with some of the strictest gun control laws anywhere. The 67-year-old Abe, who was Japan's longest serving leader when he resigned in 2020, collapsed bleeding and was airlifted to a nearby hospital in Nara. Although he was not breathing and his heart had stopped, he was later pronounced dead after receiving massive blood transfusions, officials said. A hearse carrying Abe's body left the hospital early Saturday to head back to his home in Tokyo. Abe's wife, Aki, lowered her head as the vehicle passed before a crowd of journalists. Nara Medical University Emergency Department Chief Hadita Fukushima said Abe suffered major damage to his heart, along with two neck wounds that damaged an artery. He never regained his vital signs, Fukushima said. Police at the shooting scene arrested Tetsuya Yamagami, 41, a former member of Japan's Navy, on suspicion of murder. Police say he used a gun that was obviously homemade, about 15 inches, 30 centimeters long, and they confiscated similar weapons in his personal computer when they raided his nearby one-room apartment. Police said Yamagami was responding calmly to questions and had admitted to attacking Abe, telling investigators he has plotted to kill him because he believed rumors about the former leader's connection to a certain organization that police did not identify. Dramatic video from broadcaster NHK showed Abe standing and giving a speech outside a train station ahead of Sunday's preliminary election as he raised his fist to make a point. Two gunshots rang out and he collapsed holding his chest. His shirt smeared with blood as security guards ran towards him. Garrison leaped onto the gunman who was face down on the pavement and a double-barreled weapon was seen nearby. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and his cabinet ministers hastily returned to Tokyo from campaign events elsewhere after the shooting, which he called dastardly and barbaric. He pledged that the election would choose members of Japan's less powerful upper house of parliament will go on as planned. I used the harshest words to condemn the act, Kishida said, struggling to control his emotions. He said the government will review the security situation that added that Abe had the highest protection. Even though he was out of office, Abe was still highly influential in governing Liberal Democratic Party and headed its largest faction, Saraki, but its ultra-nationalist views made him a divisive figure to many. Okay, now, I'm going to try to see something. This is right before Shinzo Abe, right before he was assassinated, right? So if you see behind him, there's nobody standing behind him, no security, no nothing. So security was about 3 to 4 feet behind him, but you can't see security in this picture. So this would happen if I knew that there's people out to get me. I would have never agreed to speak out in public like this. You would have had me inside of a establishment speaking with heavily, and I mean heavily, armed security. I'm not blaming security, but I think there should have been way more security surrounding Shinzo Abe. And secondly, I think that that gunman, I mean, yeah, I said you gotta be careful who is behind you, around you. You just gotta be careful because you don't know who's out to get you. This was obviously planned. I'm just gonna put that out. It was a planned attack, and the shooter needs a very long time in prison, and gotta kill one. I think this was malice. It's orchestrated. Until the Tokyo former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Michael Jones, is go out to you, and my thoughts and prayers goes out to the Abe family and people in the community and people in China and Japan who's going through this. It's not easy losing a minister, and I think that a lesson was taught, and the lesson that was taught is that there should be more security, and heavy security. And I think that, and I'm not blaming security, but I think there should have been heavy security. You know how popular he is, and I think he should have been secured more. And I think that the shooter should have never had that much time to be behind the minister for that long. I'm just saying. Because it's suspicious. It just, nobody stands behind somebody as they're speaking on a public street. And then all of a sudden end up shot. I just think that, you gotta be careful, who approaches you. I would like to know how the hell he got that gun from, and where he got it from, and how was his plan. I'm pretty sure he went on the website and figured out that he was going to be speaking at this certain date and time, and it was on standby. I felt like some other people were involved, because at one point you could see a suspect standing on the corner. It was just like somebody was trying to go and orchestrate this possibility. You never know. I mean, so I hope this is investigated more and more, and figure out why this happened. It's sad, but suspect needs to go to prison for life. Thank you for watching this particular story. Give me your thoughts and opinions on it. And I have one more story for you guys before we get out of here. Okay. Usually Africa for children, but I think today I want to touch bases with the story. Amherst couple is arrested on drug trafficking charges. Now look at this. And the reason I decided to do this story, even though there's no kids involved in the story, is because these can be potential parents. What if there's children involved in this story? You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to read the story and I'm going to tell you. Amherst, Amherst, New York. WIBB. A couple from Amherst was arrested Wednesday following a several months-long investigation by the Erie County Sheriff's Narcotics and Intelligence Unit, according to the Sheriff's Office. Franklin Richards, 40, and Toya Richards, 43, was reportedly taken into custody following a traffic stop after leaving the residence. Following the arrest, a search warrant was executed at the Amherst residence. Deputies and detectives reportedly recovered 3 kilos of cocaine, 1 kilo of fentanyl, 1/2 kilo of methamphetamine, and ecstasy, as well as a large amount of packaging materials, mixing substance, and other drug paraphernalia. The Richards were each charged with the following: 2 counts of criminal possession of a controlled substance, which is 8 ounces of a narcotic, class A felony; criminal possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, in the second degree, a class B felony; criminal possession of a narcotic with intent to sell, a class B felony; and criminal possession of a narcotic, class B felony. 3 counts of criminal use of a drug paraphernalia, class A misdemeanor; criminal possession of a controlled substance, a class A misdemeanor. According to the sheriff's office, Toya Richards was arraigned and released Wednesday after posting a $200,000 bail. Franklin Richards was remanded to Erie County Holding Center without bail and a U.S. Marshal detainer. And the reason I was telling about this story is because these parents can potentially be parents. Let's say, for example, they were parents, right? And they had children. This could be way worse than just drug offenses. And I'm so glad that they both don't have any children. Because both of these parents, just don't understand. You're in your 40s, and, you'll never think a 40-something-year-old woman would be, committing crimes. 40, 43 years old, drug charges. Yeah, it's just, it don't appear to be, it don't appear to be stupid. What you would think y'all was gonna get misdemeanor charges? These are all felony charges, besides one misdemeanor, 2 misdemeanor charges. But according to the sheriff's office, Toya Richards was arraigned and released Wednesday after posting a $200,000 bail. Franklin Richards was remanded to a County Hornet Center without bail and a U.S. Marshal detainer. Now, She got $200,000 bail. I think she should have no bail. These are serious drug offenses. But it's why the system is broken. People can get out, commit more crimes, such as drug charges, shooting, stealing, robbing, all of that. So I think the system is broken. It's like this, bam, bam, it's really broken. It's not straight, sturdy, nothing. And if the system and the justice system take time to figure out how to manage these criminals and keep them behind bars, you won't see a lot of these crimes happen. But you know, anyways, time to talk about these stories. Please make sure you like and comment and subscribe. Please turn on the notification bell. Subscribe to this channel, Saving Our Children TV. We're here to save our children. We're here to save the babies. We're here to save lives. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit your notification bell. Hit the red subscribe. Turn on the bell with the red button vibrating symbol so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys. Um, I will see you guys on Wednesday. I did not forget about the new channel. I will be creating that um, in the morning, and I will let you guys know on Wednesday what the new channel name will be called. But thank you guys so much for watching, and without further ado, peace.